Hey guys, so this could be a real short one. So my son's complaining about bad gas mileage. He did some calculations, he filled it up. About $87 worth of premium fuel. And according to his calculations, he's getting around 10 miles per gallon, he says. So I'm just checking the duty cycle on it. Shows it's a little bit rich. So I think I'm going to just turn it down a little bit. I can never find the throttle on this thing. I mean, I've done a lot of work to this car. He's thinking it's an O2 sensor. I have replaced it. Now it's probably, I don't know, 7 years ago. And usually if you got a bad O2 sensor, it'll trigger a check engine light. Don't have any check engine lights. Got new spark plugs last summer. A lot of new parts. Runs good. You know. So I'm just gonna. The only thing I can think of is, you know, it is a 30-year-old car. Possibly fuel distributor. Have not replaced. I don't think I've replaced the fuel pumps on this car. You can get this thing in there. Sometimes it wants to go in. I think it's in there. So should be at about 50%. Not in there yet. There's a little Allen that you have to find in here. Yeah, this is Hertz duty cycle. Percentage. a little a little better. So it's pin 2, pin 3. Ooh. Need to replace those. Yeah, you got to realize these are not the lightest cars, and they really don't get that good a gas mileage to begin with. They never have. High compression engine. Have to use premium fuel, which is close to $5 a gallon now in 2023. Take it around the block, make sure it has power. Oh boy. Oh man. This car needs a little bit of a makeover. Let's see if I can get the seat belt in. Okay, oh, little kids behind me. Perfect. Come on, Dad, get your kids out of the road. Yeah. I think he saw me. Yeah, I mean, you'll look up the fuel mile, you know, what these were supposed to get. I think it was, yeah, around 16 to 18 in the city. Maybe 23 to 25 out on the highway. It's always run really good. Temperature is up. So, and plus, what is it? March. In December, here in California, I had to get it emission tested. And the emissions were good. Still has plenty of power. You know, it was running too rich, would have failed. And these are pretty heavy cars. $146,000 miles. I'm not sure if that adjustment will do anything for the gas mileage. It might. I mean, that's really the only way to adjust the fuel distributor, and it, you know, there's other things involved. There's the EHA valve. When they'll start going bad, you start losing, you kind of like a lack of power. Get out of the road, bird. And we replaced the fuel, the EHA valve. Oh God, it's like $300 for a little part that fits in your hand. I have a video on my channel where I cut one in half to see what was inside, made it so valuable. It's just a lot of copper wiring. Free, okay. Oh, spring's right around the corner. Gonna hit another rainstorm tomorrow, big rainstorm. California's been soaked. You know, some of those houses that live right on the beach, up on bluffs and stuff, they're like starting to slide down the hills, and LA's got all kinds of potholes. They got more rain in LA than what I got here, but alright, so good oil pressure, good temperature. God, who opened the gate? It's Sunday. Where are all these people going? Well, good power. Thing runs great. God, it just blows my mind. No check engine lights. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Have him do another calculation. I think he went from a full tank to a half a tank. He wrote his mileage down when he filled it up and figured it out. I got to look at his calculations again, but you know, that's what he says. Oh man. Steering is great on this thing. It just blows my mind. Let's go recheck the mixture. I'd rather do it when the car's at about the 85 degree mark, but it's cold out. Let's try this again. I cut a big old tree there. Alright. I'd like to get a new seat belt. This thing is wimpy. It doesn't roll back up real good. I guess it does, but it's just something's not right with it. It might just need to be cleaned. Oops. It's under here. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's about the only thing I could think of. I mean, I could replace the O2 sensor. The O2 sensor I got for it was from a Mustang. I'm trying to remember the years. You can look it up, but they're like, instead of being like $90 for the Mercedes one, you get one for the Mustang, which is basically the same one in Bosch. And instead of having the little plugs that you plug the two wires together, you just cut it and, you know, crimp it, and, you know, some heat shrink around it. Save some money. A lot of people do that. I think it's basically the same part number. It's just the official Mercedes one that's got the, you know, the plug that plugs into the plug. So anyways, we're gonna leave it like that, see how he likes it. So there's one more thing I thought of. The throttle switch. It's like a little switch, like it's for fuel injection. It's a micro switch, and it's right there by the fuel distributor where all the linkage, the throttle linkage and stuff is. And what is the purpose of it? So searching. It tells the engine management computer if the throttle is at idle or full acceleration. So if the switch position does not reflect what throttle is doing, your EHA valve is trying to respond to faulty data, like it may think you are wide open and go full enrichment when you're just driving normally. So I'm sure it works, but you can always test that. I probably will if he still isn't satisfied. Seems like you would have other you know, other issues if that switch was bad, but I don't. Okay, so this is similar. It's a throttle position sensor, and this guy will, who is he? Fix your Mercedes. That kind of cracks me up.
Cable leading from the throttle body, and it's going to trace you right next to the potentiometer. There you will see its connection, and just pull out its jack, and there you have it. There is your TPS. In order to check your TPS, it's very easy. You must select the buzzer on your multimeter, and as you see, those 3 pins, the middle one is the ground, the one is for the idle, and the second one is for the full throttle. As you touch with the positive cable, the one for the idle, you must hear the buzzer. The next step is to push the throttle lever a bit while holding your multimeter cables on the 2 pins. No sound must be heard now. As you depress the lever, you have to hear again the buzzing sound. With the full throttle, it's the opposite thing. As you press the throttle to the full throttle, you must hear the buzzing sound, and while depressing the lever, no sound must be heard. The only thing you have to do is to change the position of your cable on the multimeter, of your positive cable on the multimeter. So, that would be it for our tonight's video.
That guy cracks me up. That guy cracks me up. Yeah. Yeah, so I could test that, but I need to do some more research, like what are the symptoms of a bad throttle position switch? I've read that, oh, well, the car will kind of run funny and it could be like surging or something. But also, I've read that that switch, it knows, it tells the computer, the fuel injection computer, if you're at idle or if you're giving it gas, full throttle. And then it'll enrich in the amount of fuel. And if it thinks that, if it's broken or something, if it thinks that it's always at full throttle, it's just going to keep feeding, giving too much gas to the system, to the fuel injection system, and then your gas mileage sucks. So that makes sense. I don't really feel like taking it all apart right now. I should, but it's going to rain for the next 3 days. But let's see how it does like this. There's no symptoms. You see it drives fine. It doesn't surge or have weird running issues at all. So we'll see how Sunny Boy likes his gas mileage now. I think it'll be better because we leaned it out a little bit.